Very good afternoon to you. Turkey's Prime Minister has issued a defiant message to anti-government protesters after a second day of clashes in the country. These are the live pictures we can bring you now from Istanbul, Taksim Square, where those protesters have massed in huge numbers after police, just in the last couple of hours, brought down their barricades and allowed people to enter the square and hopefully to carry out peaceful protests within there. We're hearing at the moment that things have been relatively peaceful inside the square itself. However, protesters are slightly concerned that perhaps they've been penned into this square so that the surrounding police, riot police authorities, etc., can then contain them better. The protests all the unrest began yesterday in this place where you can see there. Protesters have been staging a sit-in over plans to build a shopping centre on the site of a park. The Prime Minister has vowed that that project will go ahead, although the police have now withdrawn from confronting the demonstrators in Taksim Square. Today there have been more demonstrations there, and there have also been demonstrations in the capital, Ankara. Sky's Stephen Douglas has the latest.
At first light, hundreds marched on Istanbul. They blocked one of the main bridges into the city, a city already battered by rioting. It didn't take long before the situation escalated once again, both here and in the capital, Ankara. The police have responded with water cannons. Here the man on the left of the screen is blown off his feet.
Definitely there are people of all kinds of ideology here together, from all religious sects. But the attitude of the police never changes.
Violent protests spread across Istanbul overnight. This was how Turkish riot police responded to some of the biggest anti-government protests in years. But the sound of the protesters echoed across the suburbs.
All the city is turning off and on the lights.
It started as a protest against the building of a shopping centre, but these riots have become about much more. There's anger here about new hardline policies, including tougher rules around the sale of alcohol. Prime Minister Erdogan remains defiant. He said the redevelopment will still go ahead and has called on the protesters to stop immediately. A number of people, including journalists and a member of parliament, have been injured. Activists have accused the police of using excessive force. Yet more rioting appears inevitable. Stephen Douglas, Sky News.